on this Thanksgiving, many will take time to share meals with others who don't have much.
And here in D.C., that's embodied by all the charities that are working so hard to get as many people as possible a holiday meal. One of the best at it is Food and Friends, and our Jess Arnold is live at their big kitchen in Northeast. Jess, good morning to you and happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're really excited to be here. The spread looks great. We're going to show you right now, but they're going to supply these meals for about 800 families who are living with life-challenging illnesses. This all started back in the 80s during the HIV/AIDS epidemic. We have here Executive Chef Rashid Abdul Rahman. He's going to talk to us a little bit about what you are making for these hundreds of families.
Right. Well, we're just offering a traditional Thanksgiving meal. So there's 2 pies, there's a turkey, 12-pound turkey, there's stuffing, there's green beans, there's collard greens, there's butternut squash soup, rolls, buttered corn. So it's a full Thanksgiving meal.
And it's thousands of pounds as I'm looking at the menu behind us. About how much are you making here?
So this year we did about 800 turkeys. I can't tell you like the quantities. I know they were like, because when I order it's in cases. So like we ordered 30 cases of potato, 50-pound boxes of potatoes, and 700, what was it, 12,000? I forget the amount of turkeys. It was just such a tremendous amount, you know.
Yeah, and they've become way more expensive this year. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while, these supply chain shortages. How has that affected your preparation?
Well, the interesting thing is for us, because we know we're doing Thanksgiving every year, we start in July, so I start dealing with vendors then and try to source items from different vendors. The challenge is this year that I knew early on that there was going to be shortages of turkeys, so we, instead of doing a full turkey breast, we had to do a bone-in turkey. Sorry, instead of doing a full turkey, we did a bone-in turkey breast. And some items that were harder to find, you know, I had to go through different vendors, and of course the price also increased.
Yeah, so definitely a challenge for you. I know it's a challenge for these families, but this is a big help for them, so we appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, and I also want to just say, you know, thank you for all the volunteers who help support us, and thanks for our partner Wegmans who supported us this year for that Thanksgiving efforts.
That's great. Well, by the looks of it, as you've seen, they're going to be eating well this Thanksgiving Day. We're going to have more from this organization, from volunteers coming up. I'll send it back to you.
All right, such an amazing organization, Jess. Thank you so much.
This Thanksgiving, many will take time to share meals with others who don't have as much. And here in D.C., that's embodied by all the charities that are working to get as many people as possible a holiday meal.
And one of the best at it is Food and Friends, and our Jess Arnold is live at their big kitchen in Northeast this morning. Jess, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, excited to be here. You can see it's a flurry of activity as hundreds of volunteers are working to get about 800 meals together for people who are living with chronic, serious illnesses. I'm going to bring an executive director here, Carrie Stoltzfus. Tell us a little bit about the mission of Food and Friends.
Hi, good morning. What we do here at Food and Friends is we deliver meals, medically tailored meals to people who are living with really serious and chronic illnesses across the metropolitan region. All of our clients were referred to us by their doctor because they were in need of really specific nutrition.
Yeah, and this started back in the 80s, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We were actually founded out of the AIDS movement. You know, DC was hit really hard by that, and that was when we started going to the homes of people who were living with that illness, a lot of whom had lost, you know, family and friendship networks, and we were really a lifeline for them. And in the years since, we've built on that work, and we now serve a whole host of folks who are living with a variety of serious illnesses like cancer, diabetes, kidney failure, things like that.
And the pandemic obviously has added some challenges, of course, supply chain, as well as all of these other issues we've been dealing with, masks. How has that impacted the preparation this year?
Really every day. We, had a lot of time where we had indoor capacity restrictions. We had to restrict our number of volunteers, which you can see that we rely on very heavily. It was hard on our clients. You know, they were the folks who were most vulnerable to COVID, people with pre-existing health issues. You know, hard on the staff, but, it's also still really an honor to be here every day and be doing this work.
Absolutely. Important work. Clearly they're working hard over here. We're going to give you one last look, and coming up later, we're going to actually hear from some of these volunteers who are here packing these hundreds of meals for families in need. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
On this Thanksgiving, many will take time to share meals with others who don't have as much. And here in D.C., that's embodied by all the charities that are working to get as many people as possible a holiday meal. And one of the best at it is Food and Friends. And our Jess Arnold is spending some time with them this morning. She is live at their big kitchen in North Northeast DC. Jess, loving the hairnet, girl. Loving it.
You know, we got to be safe. We're in
Yes.
the kitchen here, don't want to contaminate the food. But yeah, you can see that these volunteers are hard at work. They're packing up all of these meals for about 800 families who have a member who's suffering from a serious or chronic illness, who's living with a serious or chronic illness. We have a volunteer, Catherine, here, who's been doing this for a few years. Tell me about, how you got started, why you come out every morning bright and early to do this.
Yeah, I started in 2017. A nonprofit I used to work with, they were asking for volunteers to go during the week of Thanksgiving. I couldn't go the time where everybody else was, and so I saw the 4:30 a.m. shift and thought, well, I'm not doing anything else that day. So I've been doing this since 2017, pending last year, wasn't able to come. But it's a great organization. You see the same faces at the shift like every single year. They truly are doing amazing work. Giving Tuesday is this upcoming Tuesday, so if anyone's looking for an organization to support, this is an amazing one. A lot of friendly folks here and like a lot of energy, so it's amazing. I love it.
I know, I love the energy too, this early in the morning. Usually we got to provide that. But also, obviously, the pandemic has had an impact. We've been talking about the masks. How has it impacted this year versus the past years you've done it?
Honestly, you can still see the smiles to the face. We're definitely smiling with our eyes right now, but the energy is still the same. I think we're all just happy to be back here and doing what we love every Thanksgiving. So
That's great.
Yeah.
You gotten to meet anyone who's received any of these meals ever?
no, I haven't met anyone.
Oh my gosh, you just do this knowing where it's going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's an amazing cause, and I mean, it makes me happy to do it each year. I'm so excited to be back, really.
Yeah, I can tell. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Thank you for what you're doing. There are going to be about 300 volunteers throughout the day that are packing and delivering all of these meals. We're going to actually get to meet a client later on who's receiving one of these meals, so make sure you stick with us. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jess Arnold, looks like you're having a good time there and also doing some great work. Thank you so much. On this Thanksgiving, many people will take time to share meals with others who don't have as much. And here in DC, that's embodied by all the charities that are working to get as many people as possible a holiday meal.
Jess Arnold is at the Food and Friends Kitchen in Northeast as they prepare thousands of meals this morning.
You can see these volunteers are hard at work. There will be 100 throughout the day, packing about 800 meals for families in need. I want to bring in Executive Director Carrie Stoltzfus. So tell us a little bit about the mission of Food and Friends.
Yeah, what we do is we deliver meals to the homes of people who are living with serious and chronic illnesses, often multiple illnesses at a time. These are folks who are really struggling to cook and shop on their own, and we're making sure they get the best nutrition and the highest quality food.
Absolutely. And I mean, the pandemic has obviously created challenges for everyone this year. What has been some of the biggest challenges coming out of that for this preparation?
Absolutely. We've been restricted in the use of volunteers for much of the past almost 2 years now. That's thankfully, getting better, but, prices have been going up. Our clients have been, in a lot of ways, more isolated even than they were before. COVID has been really hard on people who already had underlying health issues. But, we're still really honored to be doing this work, and I think it's even more important than it's ever been.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned you're honored to be here doing this. What does it mean to you to be able to provide meals for hundreds of families who might not have this big Thanksgiving meal otherwise?
Yeah, it means a lot. And, that's something that I always think about every Thanksgiving when I'm sitting down with my own family, is all the other people who get to sit down and be with their loved ones because of this work that we're doing.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time. And we're actually going to hear from a client coming up. I'll send it back to you.
Well, 6:35, it is a day to give thanks and give back, and people at Food and Friends in Northeast DC have been doing that all morning long.
And they are preparing meals for families living with serious and chronic illnesses, and Jess Arnold has been right along with them all morning long. Jess, this is such a great organization and a great way to spend Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it absolutely is. We've been showing you those volunteers working really hard and really fast all morning long to put together meal kits like this for people like Chiquita Hill, who thank you so much for letting us come into your home so early in the morning. I mean, how are you feeling this Thanksgiving Day?
I'm feeling really great this Thanksgiving Day. I'm really blessed that Food and Friends does this. And, I love the meals.
You've been getting them for a while, right? How many years?
Since 90,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's quite a spread. I mean, we showed it off earlier. What does it mean to you to have a full-blown Thanksgiving meal delivered right to your door in the morning?
Oh, Lord, it's really great. It really is, I can't be thankful and blessed to have Food and Friends to bring this to me every year.
That's wonderful. And they help you out throughout the year as well, right?
Yes, they do. They really do. Yes.
That's great. Do you get meals or groceries delivered?
Yes, I get meals, meals delivered every Saturday, and inside the meals, it be prepared meals, and you know, it's good. It's good. So if anyone doesn't know anything about Food and Friends, you know, they need to get with them because they're really good. You know, like every year they always, on my birthday, Christmas Day, they always give me a cake and, you know, card and stuff, you know. So I'm really glad that I've been with them for a long time.
That's wonderful. And those volunteers, they say even though they haven't met, you or anyone else, that they do it because they know how good of a deed it is and they want to make sure that you have the Thanksgiving meal you deserve. Yep. So thank you for talking to us and letting us again be here in your home so early in the morning. You can make sure to check out all of our coverage from earlier. It'll be online for you. You can see those volunteers hard at work. And thanks again to Food and Friends and to Chiquita for letting us in. I'll send it back to you guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so many amazing volunteers year round and not just on Thanksgiving making that happen. Jess, thank you so much.